All right, so we're gonna go over the anterior corticospinal tract. We're gonna start out with some facts, all right? The anterior corticospinal tract is a descending tract, meaning that the information is gonna start in the CNS, in the brain. We're gonna start in the cortex, and then we're gonna go down to the spinal cord and out to skeletal muscle. So with the ascending tract, which is the dorsal column tract and the spinal thalamic tract, those are considered ascending tracts, where we start from the spinal cord and we go up to the somatosensory cortex. This is a descending tract where we start in the primary motor cortex and we go down to the spinal cord and out to skeletal muscle to initiate that action. So this tract is going to go to muscles of the trunk. All right, so muscles of our trunk is what is going to control. The lateral corticospinal tract, that controls muscles in our limbs, and we're going to go over that in a second. So the upper motor neurons, which are these, are considered Betz cells, and they start from the cortex and they go down to the ventral horn. Lower motor neurons are go from the ventral horn to the NMJ of skeletal muscle. And just another fact is that 10% of all corticospinal tracts are this, and the lateral ones make up the most of them, 90%. So we start out with our upper motor neurons, beginning in the primary motor cortex, aka the precentral gyrus, coming down. And then the key thing to note with this one is that decussation doesn't happen. So decussation, meaning crossover, doesn't happen until we get to the spinal cord. That's going to be a little different in the lateral one, and we'll get to that in a second. But the decussation happens in the spinal cord. And then remember, we have our somatic motor neuron cell bodies in the ventral horn of the spinal cord. So our cell bodies hanging out here. We're going to synapse with the lower motor somatic neuron. And we're going to go out through the ventral root to skeletal muscle, to NMJs, and it's going to cause voluntary movement.